Climate Change Adaptation Outreach Project at Sinduli District, Nepal. According to the International Federations of Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies IFRC 2011, Nepal is disaster hotspot and the world's most vulnerable countries to the effects of climate change because of the factors such as high poverty, topography, and the low resilient capacity. The impacts of climate change on different sectors comprise a serious threats to Nepal's economy, society, and the environment. Climate change impacts are growing over time, particularly in the least developed countries like Nepal. In most of the rural part of Nepal, there is limited level of climate change adaptation related education awareness among local communities and school students. Because of low adaptive capacity, they have been facing bigger challenges. In May 20, Korea Sea Foundation supported our community-based climate adaptation outreach project where we got the opportunity to engage with local communities and school students in some remote areas of Sinduli district of central Nepal. The project was designed to strengthen climate change adaptation knowledge to local communities and school students to lay the foundation for building local adaptive capacity. To meet the project aim, we first printed the outreach materials like booklets and posters containing the information on climate change scenario of Nepal with its impacts and solutions and distributed to the local communities and school students during awareness campaigns. Similarly, we had done in-depth interviews to keep community members to visualize the climate change trends in the project site. So here we have short in-depth interviews done to key community members. We applied participatory approach to engage local communities and successfully organized awareness campaigns and oriental sessions on climate change adaptation in 10 communities. We had also successfully raised 8 school-based awareness camps where we enlightened them about basic climate change knowledge and its impacts along with different adaptation techniques that they can do from their level like habit of tree plantation on birthday occasion and wise use of natural resources. Similarly, we also prepared both open and closed-ended questionnaire and distributed to the school students to access how they perceive climate change. We also have done interviews with school teachers to know how the students will likely to receive climate change education. So, as a part of capacity building, we also organize virtual knowledge sharing workshop on climate change adaptation for young undergraduates to improve the climate change adaptation knowledge and capacitate them to organize participatory-based climate change adaptation outreach programs in local community and secondary schools. So, our key speakers for webinar entitled Sharing Knowledge on Climate Change Adaptation were Mr. Anish Shrestha, who is the Executive Director of Youth for Environment Education and Development Foundation, Nepal. He had presented on topic Engaging Youth and Local Communities for Climate Adaptation and Resilience. He had also shed light on climate change, origin and effects of global warming, climate variability and climate change, changing disaster patterns, about floods, cyclones, droughts, coral bleaching, sea level rise, more heat waves, mosquito and diseases. Moreover, he had sparkled discussion on climate change adaptation, supporting the most vulnerable and resilient livelihoods, about developing resilience and how our youth can make an effective move on climate change. So our next speaker was Ms. Promisa Thapalia, who is a climate activist and a sustainable agriculture food systems advocate. She presented on title Climate Change, Agriculture and Food System. She discussed on climate change, agriculture and the interrelationship between them, about the impacts of climate change on agriculture and food system, state of current food system. She also sparkled discussion on how agriculture and food system contribute to the climate crisis, about exposures on our food system through COVID-19, and also about the term agroecology, food system, informed food choices, and different success stories about them, and the climate resilient agriculture. We also had Mr. Sagar Koirala, Youth Ambassador of Real Food System. He presented on topic Goal 13, Climate Action and Role of Nepal. Moreover, he provided some insightful discussion on climate action and role of Nepal, climate change in Nepal, and why youths have to worry about climate change, and also the different targets of Goal 13. He also shedded more lights on Sustainable Development Goals and described more about SDG Goal number 13, different facts about it, and how climate change has impacted in many sectors. He also discusses on pledges, achievement of this Goal 13, and how government is promoting climate change. He has also strongly advocated about role of youth for Goal 13 and also about UNFCCC and COP. Our next speaker for the webinar was Ms. Apsana Kafle, a forestry graduate who is currently serving as coordinator for the Grow Bamboo Initiative for Nepal. She presented on topic Grow Bamboo Initiative, Green Economic Approach to Address Impacts of Climate Change. She provided some insightful discussion on how climate change is a global issue and the core reason why bamboo is used to address the impact of climate change. Moreover, she also connected bamboo plantation with the SDG Goal number 13, climate action, and emphasized more on growing bamboo initiative. She also shedded more lights on outstanding contribution of bamboo plantation on carbon sequestration, livelihood, alternative source of energy, and how it can be used for adaptation and restoration purposes. She also explained the circular economic approach of global bamboo initiatives and how it is promoting the new normal. Our next speakers were associates of Female Foresters Network Nepal, which is also the network for advocacy and making forestry sector woman-friendly. They also presented on topic the role of gender in climate change. They presented about the FFN and its target to achieve the goals like leadership development and networking, about recognizing gender as a core business of the forestry sector, and their efforts like sensitization campaign, dialogue and advocacy, and many more on achieving it. They added valuable discussion on how gender and gender roles are connected in climate change and how women are vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. They also delightfully added the role of women in climate change adaptation and mitigation, and also about the initiatives in Nepal to mitigate and adapt the climate change. So our last speaker for the webinar was Nishan Kesi, who is currently doing his forestry undergraduate study at Institute of Forestry, Pokhara, Nepal. He serves as a program assistant at Teka Samoa, Nepal. He also presented on project introduction supported by Korea Sea Foundation and climate change scenario in Nepal. He explained the overall view of climate change scenario in Nepal, mitigation, adaptation and resilience, and Nepal's step to combat the impacts of climate change, different temperature and precipitation trends in Nepal. Moreover, he detailedly explained about his project, local capacity building for climate change adaptation and community-based approaches in Sinduli district, Nepal, which is financially and technically supported by Korea Sea Foundation. He also explained about his accomplished activities of the project with a detailed description about all the outreach material distribution, school-based campaigns, about students' perception and climate change environment educations, in-depth interview with the key community people, and about participatory-based community campaigns and oriented sessions. He also concluded with disaster hotspot mapping. We are very much thankful towards Korea Sea Foundation for all the financial and technical support to run our project, and also our implementing organization Teka Samoa, Nepal. We are also thankful towards Division Forest Office Sinduli, Community Forest User Group Sinduli, FECO Fund Sinduli, and also supporting people of respective communities, respective schools students, and supporting school teachers for all the guidance, supports, and encouragement during the implementation of the project. We are also thankful towards all the related published reports and literatures.